which is pretty much the high school equivalent of the Heisman Trophy. He was highly regarded as the best running back to come out of Kansas since Barry Sanders on his own personal website for monthly or yearly subscription. So was Bryce Brown getting paid? Bryce Brown was a high school running back out of Kansas, so dominant that he had college football coaches paying $10 a month just to see his highlights and get updates on this news. So today we're going to go deeper on it. We're going to first watch some film, see what made college coaches want to pay all this money for him, because he had to be a dog. He accumulated over 7,200 rushing yards in his collegiate career. So it's easy to see why they were trying to do that. But we're going to get to the true bottom of it. And then as well, read the full story, because he had a pseudo manager that was kind of doing this whole situation. And it's a little more complicated. The NCAA went ahead and investigated. And Bryce Brown had a decent college career that was pretty rocky, to be honest with you, and then had an okay NFL career with a dominant high school career. So if you enjoy these types of videos, NIL videos, throwback videos, these story videos about different football players, man, leave a like on the video. Dislike the video if you don't like it. Subscribe if you enjoy college football content coverage and everything else in between. And let's start right off the bat. Let's get into these highlights, man. This is a football channel. I'm trying to get into this foosball. So this is from 2007. We got to remember. So this is going to look like it's a potato, but we're going to get right into it. And they were playing like some classic running or some classic rock or some. So, you know what I'm saying? Year-long disaster. I'm not doing all that. But here he is making a tackle apparently. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. I was not looking. Wow. That's how you start a highlight, son. Holy guacamole. He just came in and eviscerated that man. Turned him into AB. There he is on the edge there. Looking good, looking nice. Standing tall, moving, cruising, moving. They can't take him down, and he's in the end zone. Wow, look at this 2000s editing. A little bit of a toss there. He sits there like Le'Veon Bell, makes a spin, another spin. Is he about to reverse field on the 1 yard line? Yeah, he did. He made this motherfucker made a 1 yard touchdown run last 20 yards. That's elite. That's $10 a month worthy. Here he is again, getting right up the guzzlet. He's not down. Oh, wow, he's the king of, you don't got me, son. And now he's just maneuvering through bodies on bodies. Man, these transitions are hilarious. Little toss out there. And one ain't going to be enough. And guess what? Guess what he does? Reverses field. Also, he was just out there playing with motherfuckers in Kansas, huh? He was just having a good time. He said, I'm going to reverse field again, motherfucker. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hey, man, I would pay $10 a month. I think I'd pay $10 a month. There he is again. He cuts that would seem to be a stretch right back, and then nobody's fast enough. He's just galloping into the end zone. Look, it's hard to see much on this 720 quality, but I can see that. He's in there, and he was spinning before he even got through the line. Yeah, you should have saw that coming, son. Poop takes a step, takes another step. Guess what he's doing? He's taking a cut. He's reversing field. And again, nobody in high school is stopping that, gentleman. That's a track race to the house. Here he is deep in the backfield. I miss this deep I formation. Look how deep he is. A little toss action. Toss. Fullback gets a crack. Nobody gonna stop that. Look at the fat bodies out there. You see the big bodies out there still trying to block on the second and third level? I like that. More toss here. They're a toss heavy guy. They like to be on that edge. They don't want to stop him. They don't want to tackle him. And he's off to the races. And wow, that transition. I need to start using some of these. These are elite. Little looks like to be a stretch down the sideline. I can only see pixels, but I see that man's in the end zone. That's what I can see. A little toss. Oh, wow. They were doing the toss. First off, this is like some, I don't want to say advanced, but you see people like this is like a modern football concept. This toss to like basically power instead of going outside. You toss and then let them go straight direct in. So that's cool to see. In 2007, they was running that. Look at that. Boom. Straight up the guzzlet. And he's gone. Create some flow to the outside, but then you hit it right up the inside. It's some good stuff. Oh, look. Yeah, they run it a lot. Okay, yeah. Boom, straight to the outside. So the kid's a dog. The kid's an animal. The kid's a manimal. We also have him in the gosh dang different types of flavors. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So he's a 2009 All-American, what's it called? MVP as well. So that's got to be helpful to his cause of being elite. And then here he is doing some drills. He's doing a little interview. And then here he is right here breaking some things out. Now, obviously, I can't play too much of this because this is copyrighted. So, but he became the MVP. I mean, he's just these are all stars that he's just bullying over right now. So it just is how it is. Oh, that was the run from a different angle. That's fire. There he is getting in the end zone. He's catching passes into the end zone. Like lots of great stuff. He's an elite gentleman. So what is all this hullabaloo about, right? So Bryce Brown was and still is one of the most heralded high school football players in history. He finished his high school career with 7,209 yards, including a 2,000-plus yard sophomore campaign. This is from ESPN and their short excerpt. Oh, sorry, this is from Gangrene Nation. I have another one from ESPN. We have a few different excerpts here. But he won the 2008 Hall Trophy Award, which is pretty much the high school equivalent of the Heisman Trophy. He was highly regarded as the best running back to come out of Kansas since Barry Sanders. That's some serious stuff right there. That's some serious stuff. However, this is where it all starts to unravel. Bryce's recruiting was an absolute farce. Anyone who follows college recruiting closely will remember this as the decision before LeBron James and ESPN ever thought of the ridiculous idea. Somebody's hating. He had what you can only describe as a manager in Brian Butler, who sold news in relation to his workouts and the recruiting process on his own personal website for monthly or yearly subscription. So was Bryce Brown getting paid? Technically not. It was actually Brian Butler, and it's gonna go deeper into the investigation that happened. So, like it described, he set up the website. He had it, and he had them pay Brian Butler, and that's why you probably haven't heard about this. And he didn't get completely exiled from the NCAA because of that loophole that we're going to kind of get deeper into here. So this led to the NCAA launching an investigation into Bryce's amateur status as a student athlete in high school. Bryce verbally committed to the University of Miami, but continued to take visits and hesitated to sign his letter of intention. He was a diva. He wanted the attention. Okay. All right, we're not gonna call an 18-year-old a diva. He's making one of the biggest decisions of his life. Y'all gotta chill out. He said he would not sign a letter of intent on National Signing Day and would instead hold a separate announcement on the 16th of March 2009. Look, hey, I'm sorry, but if I'm one of the most heralded high school running backs who has coaches paying monthly to just get my updates, yeah, I'm gonna make sure that I get my money's worth. The problem was that Miami's scholarship offer expired on February 18th, and they would not reissue another letter. Miami is a proud school who I believe didn't want to pander to the ego of a high school senior who seemed to be played the puppet master of Brian Butler, which that could be true. Eventually, after much hype and much criticism, Bryce signed with who'd have thought Lane Kiffin, of all people, and the Volunteers. In 2009, Bryce started to show why he was one of the most heralded high school recruits in the last decade. He had a 4.3 speed with the power of a 200-pound frame. He had the patience, the ability to catch out the backfield, and all accounts, the work ethic on the practice field to improve. How you going to say he has work ethic, but he's a diva? Man, get out of here, man. He finished the season with 460 yards on 101 carries as a true freshman in the SEC for a 4.6 average per carry and 3 touchdowns. He also caught 10 passes for 137 yards and caught a single score. Not too bad. At the end of the 2009 season, though, Lane Kiffin bolted for USC and Derek Dooley took over the reins at Tennessee. Brown managed the whole offseason program, however, left practice on the first day of spring. He remained enrolled through the whole spring semester before transferring to Kansas State in August to join his brother Arthur, who had transferred to Kansas State from Miami, which is interesting. Tennessee refused to release him from his scholarship, so he had to support himself for the entire 2010 season, which he sat out to in accordance with NCAA rules. That's nasty. You go from getting paid in high school to then basically having to support yourself when it comes to you getting kicked out in the whole situation. So here he is, a bigger situation. This is from Sports Illustrated. So this is from Kansas. But there are at least 2 sides to every story, and Brown deserves a chance to speak his piece. So here is the full transcript of an interview with Brown offered without consent. So this was I believe, back in 2011, if I'm being truthful here. But he's basically going to tell rivals the full story of the whole situation with the Butler and situation. So What put Tennessee over the top? This is talking to Bryce Brown. I don't think it was anything about any school that put it over the top. I could have made any decision, and it could have been a great decision. But in the end, I relied on God to put me in a place where he felt I needed to be. Obviously, that was Tennessee. He put it on my heart, and he put it on my family's heart. He put it on my pastor's heart. In the end, we were all on the same page. And then it says, your father told Rivals.com if he could change one thing about your recruitment, he would go back to last year and tell you not to commit to Miami. Would you agree? I understand that. This is a big business, and I understand that they're looking out for their backs, but I wouldn't change anything. At the time, with everything that was going on, I felt like that was the place to be. My brother, Hurricanes linebacker Arthur Brown, was there, and thinking about playing with him was a great opportunity. It's something we've always done, but as the season went on, I saw things that weren't exposed to me at first, so I felt like I needed to look at other offers just in case. That's what I did. I prayed about it, came up with a plan, and followed it. You said during your announcement that your father often played peacemaker between you and your mother during your recruiting decision. How heated did those discussions get? Man, this is getting real personal. This is crazy. Heated discussions. Like, this is, before I even read this thing, like, understand the reason why I make these videos and kind of talk about the NIL, how it's affecting and how these situations affect, is that so many, like, neck-bearded, unathletic motherfuckers want to come on and say, oh, well, they're getting a free scholarship and they're getting all this money and they're getting all this. It's like, man, I'm sorry, more money, more problem. Like, it might be a first world problem. It might be a good problem to have, but the more money and more notoriety, the bigger the sport gets, the more the situation happens, the more that they put themselves in the lives athletically because of how much better and, injuries, XYZ, right? That only increases their ability, I would think, as a commodity, if we're treating them like that, to make their money and do what they need to do. And vice versa, they're going to face some of the negative consequences of it. And this is why I think NIL needs restrictions. It's not because I don't want these players to get paid. It's because I want y'all to get paid an adequate amount. So then when y'all go to NFL and go get that big biscuits, them real scunions, y'all know how to handle it. Y'all act like y'all been here before, right? But you having these families making these decisions, and this is before, again, money was implied to be involved 3-4 years down the road, but this is not even money being applied right now. We hear Deion Sanders and different coaches talking about now with the NIL deals, the parents are trying to get their piece. So now you go back to this pre-NIL, pre-all that, and you have someone who's outwardly talking about heated conversations with his own mother about recruiting. We don't have to go deeper into the whole Florida, Alabama hat thing and the mom walking off and how insane that is to make a decision or to have feelings about a decision that your son and your what's it called, livelihood and your family made. Like, I mean, you should be happy about him. It's nastiness. It's nasty that he has to deal with stuff like that. But this is the dragon that you're trying to tame when it comes to the wild world of NIL, college football, and anytime money comes into it. So he says, Mr. Bryce Brown, I wouldn't say it was heated. It wasn't calm thoughts, though. But I have a good relationship with my mom, my dad, and my brother. It ain't like we were yelling back and forth, throwing things. I don't think it was me. It was more the media stuff and the stuff that was coming out. With her knowing the truth, knowing how I am, she hated to see my name get slandered like that. You were ripped in the media more than perhaps any recruit in history. How difficult was that? It wasn't hard for me at all. In the end, I'm not going to have to pay for any of this. Whoever did it can take it up with God. I know I'm on the winning team. Everything that happened, I think it happened for a reason. God chose me to go through this. He set all this stuff in place for a reason. I think I can help other recruits out. I came up with some goals and plans for the future. I plan on holding seminars where I can talk to recruits and help them make spiritual decisions. How much did Brian Butler help you? And this is obviously talking about his manager. He helped a lot. He's taken a hard, heavy hit on this as well. But like I said, God put this in place. This could have happened to anybody, but he picked us to. Brian's been there 100%. Without him, none of this would be possible. What is it about Tennessee, Coach Lane Kiffin, that makes players want to play for him? Him and the coaching staff are passionate. They believe, they have confidence in what they're doing, and it's a system that works. It's a system that has worked. They have the stats and the facts and all the stuff to prove it. They're not just talking. They will tell you, and if you want to see it, they will show you visually. That's what it was for me. Players don't walk to talk about it. Players want to see it. But yeah, that's cool, kind of getting him from his mindset and kind of where he's thinking. And again, I would say pretty successful. He did make it to the NFL. So here he is as an Eagle fan, just kind of sharing some thoughts here.
How was that for you?
Oh, it felt good. I had a lot of fun doing it. Got a chance to go against some of the first team guys, really focusing in on just the detailed plays and everything that I'm doing. Just want to show the coaches that I'm reliable and they can trust me. And when Sean or Dion comes out, that they know that the offense is going to pick up where it left off.
How comfortable are you right now in terms of the offense? A lot of stuff asked out from the running back position.
I'm getting there. I wouldn't say that I got it all, but it's a learning process. Reps matter, the reps count, and so the more I do it, the more I get comfortable with it.
So that's dope to see, man. It's dope to see. He played a few years, the Eagles, and I believe he played with another team as well. But just for right now, I think that's where we'll keep it. If y'all want to see more about the story, if y'all want to see more different highlights and whatnot, I think this is an interesting story. I'm going to keep, kind of going with some throwback scandals, if you will, and different things like that in the offseason. So if there's anything in particular you want to see, you want to hear about the Pony Express, Johnny Manziel stories, do we want to get behind the whole, is Nick Saban really paying players? Was he really paying players? Hey, y'all let me know, man. Leave a like on this video. I appreciate the support. Dislike if you don't like it. Subscribe if you enjoy college football content and coverage. And we will see you next time.